What's going on, man? It's your boy DJ Swagg, aka you know who I am, man, and welcome to another episode of Jus Swagg TV DaBLOCK.
For real. Say the TV stand for tracks and vocals. You know this is easier than 1, 2, 3. You are now tuned in to Jus Swagg TV. Oh.
Man, we in the building. What's going on? What's going on, man? Welcome back to another episode of Jus Swagg TV DaBLOCK, hosted by me, your boy DJ Swagg, aka you know who I am, man. It is gonna be a dope show today. Y'all make sure y'all stick around. I got a special guest today. He's dope. He's one half of DFD Music LLC, also multi-genre chart-topping producer who has worked with artists such as Iggy Azalea, Beat King, and so many more. Him and his partner Davis Chris have also been Grammy considered. These guys are headed to the top and continue to make Billboard chart-topping records. This guy's on the show with me today, and I'm telling you, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk about Jules, game, the industry, and everything. Y'all might want to stick around for that. Also, special video from It's the Messenger. You guys don't want to miss this. And I got more for you. Make sure you follow me at Dj Swagg. That's 2 G's for a double dose of this goodness. And we'll be right back with Shane Foster. Welcome back to another episode of Jus Swagg TV DaBLOCK. I am having a great day. I am not only having a great day because I just rode a lucky 7 right here on the block. But I'm sitting here with one of the best to do it. I'm talking about producer, artist, a brother to some, an uncle to many. This guy continuously spits game. I'm talking about he has songs that are Grammy nominated, and he continues to hit them over the head with more and more things that he's got going on, and he's going to tell you all about it. I got Mr. Shane Foster in the building with me. What's up? Hey, man, welcome to the block. Welcome back to the block, man. Hey, it's a joy having you here, man.
Always, man. You know, I always hit you up, man. Anytime you hit me, like, I'm going to come through. So.
A lot of people don't believe you as approachable as you are. They might think that you're kind of scary. Did anybody say that you ever unapproachable?
They would say I'm unapproachable. You know what it is? That's because of the military. That's because of me being in the military. So I know how to move and conduct myself, but this is entertainment too at the same time.
Yeah. So
it's a little more lenient. It's not like I'm not in that government world no more. So it's totally different. So yeah, definitely approachable. Like if you hit me, as long as you don't come at me crazy, like I'll be cool. It's when you come at me crazy, then that's when people like the word get out. Like, man, like don't hit them like
no,
don't hit them on that bullshit. Don't hit them with that. They don't say that they hit me on bullshit. They be like, just don't hit him, man. He ain't gonna be. Nah, and then a lot of people like they don't be understanding the business of it too. They just think like you're entitled to like know me and do things because you do X, Y, Z, and it's not. Nah, it don't work that way.
Right.
I don't know why people think that way though too though. It's crazy. Like that sense of entitlement. I think it's just this generation in general compared to the older generation. Like the newer generation, like they feel like they entitled to everything. Just cause I bought your CDs, now you can talk to me. And it's like, what? Like, nah, that's not how this works.
What do you think about kids today? Do you think they lost that type of
type of hustle? Look at my kids, they don't have that hustle, man.
They want to. I play games for you.
Yeah, they got that technology on Smash. I give them that, and that is a hustle within the hustle too. So that has value in today's world because now with the way everything's going, everything's technology based.
Yeah.
So like versus how I came up, like it wasn't technology, so you had to do things the manual and hard way and learn on your own. Now it's like that's a trait, skill set within itself. Like the doper they are on the computer and faster they are to move around, the more money you might make later on, 10, 15 years from now.
Absolutely. Shameless plug, esports, man. EACL. Shameless plug, man. Esports Competitors League, man. Check that out. That's basically y'all kids can basically sit at home and be able to make a whole bunch of money, man, doing esports. Esports is coming. I'm telling you, esports is out there.
I believe it.
What type of things have you been taking advantage of, I guess, growing up in the game when you first started out in music? What type of things were you taking advantage of? Because I know a lot of these kids today got social media to take advantage of.
Education.
Okay.
The education, the business of it, the whole business, like super advantage. Like that was my whole thing. That rectangle that we walk around with in our pocket, that's the most powerful tool to the industry. If you can't find an answer there, then it's probably not an answer. It's not saying it's not an answer for it. It's probably something that so simple, like a Rubik's Cube.
Right.
So, like the answers come in a Rubik's Cube. Like, nobody know that they sit there and try to figure out. That's kind of like how the music industry is. Like, some of the answers are like right in your face. All you gotta do is look at it. Go follow Def Jam. Go follow these big labels. The blueprint be right in front of you. And people will still go all around it and do whatever they want to do, which is no rules to it. So it doesn't matter how you do it.
Right.
But it still got to be some kind of structure and organization to it, Like, you got to have some kind of plan to execute. But most folks don't have a plan, and they just out winging it. But the answers be right there.
Right.
And free.
Where you from?
Me, I'm out of D.C., raised in North Carolina.
Yeah. Shout out to the home center, man. Shout out to the DMV. Y'all already know what it is.
The DMV, like, straight D.C. Like, I come from that poverty.
Yeah.
So that's the other part of my little edge.
So what was that about? Like, what was that like growing up for you?
I would say, like, when you come from nothing, you have dreams. So my dream was always just to be great. No matter what I had going on, whatever I was going to be doing, I was going to be great at it. That was always my goal in life. So just having that dream to hold on to through those tough times or anything that's going to be, that might kick you down, sometimes that dream all you got, and that's what you got to live off. And that's kind of how it is now. Like, I still live off my dreams and hopes, like, on what I want. So as long as you have that ambition or something going, like, I want to be freaking infinity, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to live for eternity. Like, I want, when I die, like, my name still ring out, or my compositions or anything I worked on, or all that, be timeless. It's like, happy birthday.
Right.
Everybody saying happy birthday song. That song's
older than
Star Spangled Banner. Think about all the people that sing Star Spangled Banner.
Right.
Like, everybody knows that, any big sports, like, that's forever, a timeless song. Like, that's what I'm trying to be on eternity.
Right.
So whenever somebody's singing, like, man, that's way better than, like, Michael Jackson. We still singing on 30 years old. Prince songs.
Have you started working on that song? Have you started working on that song that you feel is timeless?
I think we got it. I ain't gonna speak on it because we in the middle of something, but yeah, we got one for sure. It's definitely timeless for sure. It's a remake of an older song.
Okay. So
that's the new trend now.
That's that. I was about to say that. Is that the new trend? Right.
And retrending, but we did an interpolation, so a little bit different than taking the actual sample.
So explain to artists out there right now that are taking songs and sampling them. What is the process on clearance?
So the process of clearance would be like, just do an interpolation because it'd be cheaper. But for a clearance, you got to reach out to the publishing of the original. Then y'all negotiate something. Then they got to agree. They're going to want 50% off the rack. I'll just tell you that right. Ain't no way around it. They want 50%. So that's 50% of the records. Now, what happens is artists will get like all these features, all these other different things going on with this big record. And then you start losing percentage. And if you sign to a label, then their label going to get their part. So you might be left with like maybe 6% record when it's all said and done. And you're going to be the one spending the money. Nobody else going to be spending the money. You're going to be spending
You're going to spend all the money.
It's going to be your budget that spend that, spend around it. So look at it like that. But is it worth it? Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you know it's that one is something that's timeless, something you may like, say, like Erica Banks busted with Nelly.
Okay.
That's a prime example.
Yeah.
It's timeless. Like, we remember,
right. We remember
that one part of the song. Everybody knows that one part. And it's funny, though, that song so old that the newer generation like, man, Nelly did a song just like her. It's like, no, it's the other way around.
All right.
It's the other way around. So that one little part,
I think my boy getting big. That's it.
Remember that in the song. So it's like, it resonates. So even if you don't like what she got going on or none of the music, that one part is going to make you resonate with the song, and then you're going to want to listen to it. And then it's like, it's the whole global, oh man, like that's it right now. So then everybody wants to do it. Everybody's doing a challenge. Everybody's doing that. So that's like a prime example of like when you like sample the right song and how far it can go. Because that girl probably about to be gold, double platinum, everything out there. I can see it already.
Right.
The way she moving, she's just getting started. She just signed a deal in December. So it's like that record got a whole good ways to go for sure.
I'm starting to notice that some producers, artists, I guess people who own labels, things like that, are starting to take hold of these young female MCs. Have you noticed any young female MCs out there that you've taken notice of?
That's what's running the game. These sassy rappers ain't got nothing on these females, for sure. Females are taking over, man. They setting the standard and the trend, especially in Texas. So it's a few people, like I said, we work with a lot of people. So I would say females is always, that's the equation in the song. It's like, get a dope record, it don't have to be hip hop. Make an R&B. Get a female rapper. Maybe you get a hip hop. You gotta have a female rapper. It's always a female rapper on the record. No matter what, like from the perspective that we doing the records in, like a DJ Khaled, like a Chainsmoker, like the urban Chainsmokers. So it's like those records gonna have a female on it. Dope. Like that's the standard right now. Like if you don't have females, like man, I don't want to hear.
I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear a bunch of dudes on records. So you get it's a consumer thing. Like you gotta know you gotta keep up what's trending, and you can be naive and dumb all you want. You get left back.
Did you have any cheat codes growing up? Like when I say cheat codes, people that you were able to talk to one-on-one and just say, hey, you know what I'm saying, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. How can you help me get in the game?
Like what's funny is like the industry had nothing to do with my growing up. My growing up, I joined the military.
Okay.
That was my goal. Like I said, I had
what was your MOS?
Be great. Me? Oh, I was an old, good old paratrooper.
Paratrooper. Hey, what's that? 82nd Airborne?
82nd Airborne.
Yeah. Shout out to 31
airplanes.
Bravos, military police. Shout out to my military police out there, Army. Cool.
Yeah, jumping out of airplanes, man. That was my thing in the military. I was a straight.
What would make you want to jump out of an airplane? Like people will ask you that. What would make you want to jump out of an airplane?
Man,
did you sign up for that, or did your recruiter?
Like my recruiter offered all this stuff.
Everybody got my recruiter.
It sounded good. Like I was like, cool. Only thing I was focused on was just getting out of the hood. Like, my goal was to take care of my family and by any means necessary and not do the legal. So my goal was, if you're going to give me this and tell me I'm going to be stationed here and do all that, then I'm going to believe you. And my family went everywhere I went, so I took care of my family. I'm the oldest.
Was drugs ever an issue with you growing up? I grew
up in the crack era, so yeah.
He said, I grew up in the crack era.
I grew up in the crack era, so, I have stories for days about it. I know the signs, very closely related to, like, drugs, like, in face. So I would say, like, getting family from out of that and overcoming that was, like, probably the artist. Like, I got to do this. I want to do this. That was my drive. So, like, join the military. But my God-given talent is music. Like, I played the drums in church my whole life. So that was my God-given talent. So it's like music was always going to be a part of me no matter what. And then I own a club, bar, a little restaurant joint. So I was into that while I was in the military. I had that going on. We was booking artists. We were having shows.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff going on.
So like a whole bunch of going on. So it was always funny like how it all played in the circumstances of life, all played in a role. And then like I was in school. Originally I was in school for legal. Okay. I had degrees in legal studies, and then I was doing that. So I was going to go. Man, we going.
Hey, Jus Swagg TV DaBLOCK, man. It's your boy DJ Swagg, aka you know who I am, man. I'm sitting here with Shane Foster. Hey, look, when we come back, I got more with Shane Foster. Y'all gonna want to stay right there, man. We'll be right back.
Absolutely.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out the Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.
Let me start by saying, you are as a person, baby, I think you are amazing. You stay the slaying, you keep turning heads and they hate it. Never faking, you as real as it gets. 100% authentic and you earn your respect. You was taught to stand strong, a woman with a backbone. Known to handle your own as a queen on your throne. You're special in your own way, baby. When I look at you, I wouldn't change a thing, baby. Self-love is the best love, remember that. You still show with your glow everywhere you at. You are a pro, let them know that you don't hold back. Wherever I go, I let them know that you my baby, that's a known fact. They so mad that they can't do what you do. You always win and tell them that you can't lose. Your heart is pure. small, baby. It don't matter to me if you're short or tall, baby. All that matters to me is that you are worth it. And you can have it all, cause baby, you deserve it. See, I don't care about your stress, monster, say it like. Long as I got your body here every night. See, I don't care about your stress, monster, say it like. Long as I got your body here every night. Oh, every night. Every night I meet you, don't care about how they see you. Girl, your body is a movie, but they only see the preview. See, I get to see it all, and I get to see the sequel. All I need is the popcorn and your lingerie that's see-through. Yeah, hey, girl, you my baby. Your body is a canvas, baby, out in the paint. Every time I'm around you, I gotta say great. Cause girl, you are a blessing and I gotta get thanked. I love the way you are, and girl, don't you ever change. Your body's picture perfect, baby, it can't be framed. Don't compare me to your past, we're not the same. Cause I'm on another level like trouble. And girl, you're my babe. They so mad that they can't do what you do. You always win and tell them that you can't lose. Your heart is pure, let nothing change you. Let them hate over that, cause they ain't you. It don't matter to me if you're big or small, baby. It don't matter to me if you're short or tall, baby. All that matters to me is that you are worth it. And you can have it all, cause baby, you deserve it. See, I don't care about your stress, monster, say it like. Long as I got your body here every night. See, I don't care about your stress, monster, say it like. Long as I got your body here every night. Oh, every night, yeah.
Jus Swagg TV.
What's going on? Welcome back. It's Jus Swagg TV DaBLOCK. It's DJ Swagg, aka you know who I am, man. I'm sitting right here with Grammy considered. All right, what I would say that's like being Grammy nominated. All right, producer, artist Shane Foster in the building with me right now. What's up, Shane? You still here, man? What's up?
Still right here, man.
On the block, man. Hey, look, man. You talked a little bit in our first half about what things that you had going on, and you got into you were in legal. When did you decide to kind of jump into legal, being an artist? I mean, I guess they all make sense in a whole.
The legal was the military. That's a political standpoint.
Okay.
Like, you're gonna get into politics from the military. So that's your goal. Normally, you do your time, you get out, you get in some kind of political or other government job.
Okay.
Whether you work for the post office, whether you work for DOD, whether you work for DIA, CIA, all that. Like that's always the path.
Okay.
You know anybody that does stay in the military. So I was going to school for that, for doing like legal, because I already had like the certain credits, like so military stuff converts over to civilian. So a lot of stuff was like around. I was like, oh, this is the path for me.
All right.
So I did that. I got my degree in that. So then I had to make a decision if I'm going to further my education or I'm going to do something else.
Right.
I'm about to get out of the military. This time, get out of the military, I'm like, man, I'm going to LA. So I was like applying for school. Got into school. I'm like, I'm going to LA. That's it. Like, and I had to just do it. So I just did it. Like, I got out of the military in December, and I was in LA in January. And then that's when I met my partner, Davis Chris.
That's
first
where.
day.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
Very first day. Unique story. The very first day we were in the school we went to was right in Hollywood, and they had a state-of-the-art studio, like recording studio, and we were the only two on break. Like they let everybody go early. We had a little orientation. Everybody went to go do the college party. Like me and him were the only two to walk down to the studio. We got into a room, got the keys to a room. We sat there for 4 hours trying to figure out how to work the stuff. Set up, boy, we ain't know nothing. Got it going, and from then on, we just been rocking out because we both had the tenacity to learn.
Right.
We both about it. Like we both started each other. Like, man, this guy is dope. Like he's 100% too. I'm 100%, so that's 200%.
Right.
So it's like we saw that in each other. We just been rocking out. Like by June of the same year, 2016, and we started our business. We started DFD Music, our production company. And originally we just being two producers,
right?
Just rocking out, and then now it's gradually turned into like full marketing services, full label marketing services, and we charting records. We doing everything, as if we were a label.
So what do you have to do to be Grammy Grammy considered? What do you have to do to be Grammy considered?
So the Grammy consideration is like it's like a voting member will recommend you.
Okay.
To like get into the race. So it's kind of like the playoffs. Like so now you're in the playoffs. So then you go from the playoffs. Then you go right to after the consideration. The next step is Grammy nom.
Okay.
So like kind of like being in the championship and then like now you're in the Super Bowl.
Okay. Okay.
And once you're in the Super Bowl, that's the Grammy nomination. You're in the Super Bowl, and then you either win or you lose.
Okay.
So
Well, I mean, but being able to be Grammy considered, I mean, that would be that's Grammy nominated to me.
No label, because it's funny, like, we thought like, damn, you gotta be on the label, and it was like, it wasn't even that. Like, we just got the notification, like, oh man, you're being considered. And it was for a record that we did, Things Change, which we did during the Black Lives Matter movement. So we had that record going. That hit on Billboard. That's the first record I ever tried on Billboard. So it was like, that was the one, and that wasn't even a record that we were all like, like, it's funny like how we're like, it wasn't a record we were all crazy about.
Right.
It was just the record that everybody else liked. That's how it is in the industry. It's not about what you like sometimes, it's just about what everybody else likes.
Gotcha.
Because what everybody else like might not be your favorite.
Your favorite, right?
Yeah. That's just how it works. So once we accepted that, we were like, let's do another one. Let's do this. So we ended up charting on Billboard like 6 times. All last year, all during COVID.
What was that? I mean, what was that? That had to be a great feeling. I mean, you got Billboard 6 times?
It was like,
I mean,
it was just happening.
That's hard enough getting up there one time. Y'all talking about 6.
It's like independently, like for that to happen independently, it was just like, wow, like we got a real fan base. Because that's what it's based on.
Right.
It's just like, so many people got to buy your records. So many people got to stream your records. So many radio stations got to stream your records. We didn't realize it. Like I said, we was just behind, like we was not even doing it. We was just behind the boards doing music with other artists.
Right.
Won't even focus on ourselves like that. So when we did our own start doing ourselves, we started just focus on ourselves, putting out these records that we've been sitting on and redoing them over and retweaking them and putting out. So we did like different genres. Not only did we like hit Billboard and like just stick in one genre, we did like blues. We did a blues album. That chart, that's the first album we ever charted on Billboard. Then we did a Latin record. Then we did a world record. So like whole different languages. Like we in 2 different languages, all 3 different languages total if you count English.
So are you saying to producers out there? Are you saying that to get on Billboard or to be recognized by Billboard that they need to step outside the box?
Gotta get out the box. Till you can come back home. You come at it once, and now we back on the R&B. We back on that now.
Now we back on that now.
We see you got a new record out now, so like we back on the R&B now, and that's doing great. So it's like stepping out of the box just made us diverse. We wanted to be diverse to stand out, and the quickest way to stand out is just to be different.
I've seen them do artist versus. Will there ever be a producer's versus?
Man, if they did that, that's gonna be crazy. And I think they should do it independently.
Yeah.
Because the cool thing, like the unique thing about me and my partner Chris is versus nothing against other producers, but most of the producers they get a placement, boom, it's on NBA YoungBoy, big artist, right? The label is already gonna spend that money on that record. So whether that producer get on that record or not,
it's still gonna
go. Still gonna go.
Right. So it's not really fair.
Like me and my partner put out a record. Like it's on us.
Right.
We ain't got nobody pressing. We don't have anybody pressing a button on it. So it's like what we gotta do is do the marketing. We gotta push it. We gotta get the blogs. We gotta do the radio submissions. We gotta do the DJ pool. That's all on us. Right. And we gotta spend the money.
Right.
Ultimately. So it's like once we figure out our formula and what works for us, then we just worked it. And then we tapping into other artists' fan base too, because it's not us. I'm not rapping and singing on the record. My partner, he rap and sing, but he just starting to get into the artistry of it. Kind of like Pharrell, he like showed that he got some talent and skills. But we normally be behind the scenes, put a record out with other artists. We did like a combination record, R&B joint with like 40 artists from all over the world.
Wow.
Like 40 artists during COVID, the peak of COVID. All virtual, all email, all telephonic, like sending files, put together. That did good. That charted on iTunes chart. Then it was like, all right, cool, let's do another. Let's do the blues. So we started doing the blues, paying homage to the blues. Did our research. I think we got on the phone for like 5 hours. We just got research. I listened to like 100 records on the blues charts. Then I got them behind the drums. I actually played the live drums on it. I played the keys.
Wow.
Do it on the guitar.
Wow.
The Terry Blues joint.
Wow.
It was the same thing like that. As long as you like understand like how that these other genres like once you understand how they work, they're not like hip hop. It's not oversaturated.
Gotcha.
It's not a million people. Like it's not saying it's easier. You still gotta be dope. You still gotta be talented. But it's like it's an easier thing to tap into and get a fan base.
Gotcha.
Easier because you don't have to go like it don't have to be a million people like your joint. It could be 1,000 people like it.
Right.
1,000 people like it. You sell 1,000 records.
Right.
You do the math. 1,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
right.
And then on top of that, like the other key was like putting out all these records. Now we got all these records out there. We just dropped 50 records in January.
50 records?
We did a 50 minute.
Y'all did 50 records?
We did 50 records on instrumental. it was like all the stuff some of the stuff we out, this is the instrumental too, and then a lot of stuff that like I know that A&R's like, but none ever came of it, never got placed, and we put that on the joint too.
Now you ain't just talking about just 50 records that you just put out. We talking about 50 records that are finished.
That are
start to finish.
Yeah. And then we just dropped the R&B one. We're gonna drop another record. Like we drop records all this year, like every month. And like, you know, we pushing them. We not just putting them out and like, all right, I hope you like it. It's like, you know, it's a marketing strategy behind it. Like the whole 50 records is like just something different and unique for like January. Like start the new year off. Like, hey, we already had 50 records in the shoot.
Right.
Boom. And then at the same time we had our other record that we had did back in November, back on Billboard charts again. For a second for a re-entry. So it's like, man, all this was happening like all last month. And then like moving forward to like this one, it's like we still got the momentum going. So it's like we're gonna keep it going that way. And we did a hip hop album in December too, like organic, like straight, like old school hip hop. Like if you think like Rick Ross and like Jay-Z, like the older stuff, it was like that's the vibe of the record. It's always and the standard has been set. So anytime we put a record, we are using the same formula and we're pushing it. And that's what we're gonna do every time. It's no like we can't go backwards now. Now we can only go as forward.
Right.
So it's like every record we gotta go all the way or just don't put it out.
Right.
So it's like behind that, but yeah, it's dope. Like we just gonna keep doing what we're doing, man. And it's just a matter of time, you know, before someone want to give me a couple $1 million. Not a million.
Hey.
A couple $1 million.
Hey, man. Claim it. It's
already
there. It's already there. Y'all have.
So it's like, yeah, we talk to labels, we do that stuff. Now we have meetings and all that stuff, but it's like we have leverage.
Last thoughts, man. Just give it straight to the camera right there.
Man, my last thoughts. You know the difference between a coward and a hero? There isn't one. It's all built off actions. A coward is a coward because of the stuff he doesn't do. A hero is a hero because of things he does do.
That was actually pretty good. I like that. Shane Foster.
Jus
Swagg TV DaBLOCK, man. Hey, look, I can't make none of this stuff up, man. This has got to be one of the best episodes ever, man. Thank you so much for coming to the block, man.
Appreciate it, man.
It was definitely a pleasure.
What's up? It's your boy, Mr. Foster, one half of DFD Music. Be sure to follow me on I Am Shane Foster. You just caught me on the block on Jus Swagg TV. Let's go.
Don't forget that the block is
Jus Swagg TV.
What's going on? It's your boy DJ Swagg, aka you know who I am, man. I just had Shane Foster on Jus Swagg TV DaBLOCK. This was so dope, man. If you missed it, you missed a whole lot, man. He dropped game, jewels, and a whole bunch. Don't worry about it. You can spin it back and check it out later. And always take the block with you.
Let's go. Salute.